All right, folks, here we are. It's Friday, and it's that Friday, Friday the 13th. But then ain't worry, there's no bad omens coming your way, unless you count listening to me rabbiting on for the next wee while. But we'll keep it sweet, we'll keep it sharp, and most importantly, we'll keep it about Celtic. Because let's be honest, there's always something worth chatting about when it comes to the hoops. Now, today, we're going in heavy on one player. A name that's been floating around quite a bit the last couple days, but one we've not really dug into properly yet. That changes now. Benjamin Nygren, or as the lad himself says, Benjamin Negra. Might as well get used to saying it. Right, because this might be a name we're chanting at Parkhead before too long. Celtic have been heavily linked with the Swedish playmaker, who's currently strutting his stuff in Denmark with FC Nordsjælland. The reports started popping up earlier in the week, and they've only gotten louder since. Apparently, we've now been given the green light to open talks with him. That's not just a rumor floating in the wind, that's real movement. The lad's contract is running out at the end of the year, so his club are looking to cash in this summer, rather than lose him for nothing. We're talking a fee in the region of 2 million quid, hardly breaking the bank. So who is this Nygren? Well, he's 23 Swedish left-footed and has a bit of that old school flair. The kind of midfielder who links the play threads, the passes, and pops up with goals as well. He started off at IFK Göteborg, broke into the first team young, and made a name for himself quick. That promise saw Belgian side Genk splash around 3 million quid on him when he was just 17. Big price for a teenager, and he even bagged a goal on his debut over there. But as is the case with many young talents, things didn't quite take off. He ended up going on a couple loans to the Netherlands before making a permanent move to Denmark. Now here's where it gets interesting. Nordsjælland aren't exactly a household name, but they got a knack for bringing through talent. Players like Mohamed Kudus now at West Ham started there. Brighton's Simon Adingra passed through their system. Even Rangers' own Diamand came via that club, as well as Napoli's Lobotka and Brentford's Damsgaard. So when you hear Nygren's been there the last few years, you know he's been in the right place to develop. And developed he has. Last season was his real breakout. 15 goals from midfield in the Danish Superliga. That's not just decent, that's standout. Only 2 players scored more in the league, and they were both strikers. Nygren's doing it from deeper positions, arriving late in the box, taking shots from distance a lot. He's not just creating chances, he's finishing them as well. And to top it off, he's now a full Swedish international. Played in all 4 of their matches this year, even scored a couple, including a tidy finish against Northern Ireland and a belter against Hungary that he curled into the top bin with that trusty left peg. Now I ken what you're thinking. A few YouTube comps, a couple highlight reels, and suddenly we're all experts. But seriously, the lad looks the part. Composed on the ball, good awareness, and a real eye for a pass. Everything goes through that. Left foot, but when it's as cultured as his, why not? The comparisons have started rolling in already. Folks saying he's a bit like Kai Havertz, some seeing shades of Charles de Ketelaere. From a Celtic point of view, he's maybe got a bit of that Tom Rogic vibe. Tall gliding with the ball, a bit awkward looking when he runs, but always in control. That kind of grace that hides just how lethal they can be in the final third. And make no mistake, this is exactly the kind of player we need. Let's not kid ourselves there were spells last season where we were crying out for some real creativity in midfield. When Rayo Hattade was we looked flat. No spark. No one threading the needle. Matt O'Reilly had his moment's eye. But we can't expect miracles every week. Paulo Bernardo showed glimpses, but consistency still a question mark. Holmes got potential, but he's more of a project than a plug-and-play solution. Nygren could be the answer. He's experienced enough, still young, hungry, and clearly ready for a step up. And with competition coming from clubs in Germany, Belgium, and even the MLS, we need to move fast if we want him in the hoops. Luckily, Nordsjælland are playing ball. They're happy they sell now if the price is right, and for 2 or 3 million. It's a no-brainer. Now, before we go off dreaming about him curling one into the top corner at Celtic Park, there's another wee subplot to consider. What does this mean for Lennon Miller? A lot of folk had their hopes pinned on us making a move for the Motherwell wonder kid, but maybe the price tag's just a bit too steep. Nygren might be a more affordable, ready-made option. And while we're on the topic of Celtic Park, let's shift gears for a second. There was a press conference the other day promoting our friendly against Newcastle United, part of the so-called Adidas Trophy. Now the idea is decent enough, but ticket sales, let's just say they're not exactly flying out the box office. From the looks of things, only the lower tiers are open just now, probably because demand's been a bit sluggish. Could be that fans are a wee bit miffed it's not included in the season ticket. And fair play is pre-season. It's a friendly, and folk have just shelled out all year. A wee gesture would have gone a long way. That said, it's still a big fixture. Newcastle are bringing a hefty away crowd, maybe up to 10,000 fans. Could give the place a bit of atmosphere, but let's be honest, it won't be a sellout. Bit of a shame really, especially for a match that's supposed to be celebrating our partnership with Adidas and all that. But hey, maybe it's just the calm before the storm. Maybe the club's holding off opening the full stadium until the buzz picks up. The press conference itself had Stephen McManus and Shay Given fronting it. Given, of course, knows both. Clubs well. Had his early days at Celtic before going on to a big career mostly down south. Spoke warmly about coming back to Glasgow, the memories flooding back, and what the club means to him. Nostalgia hit hard, you could tell. As for McManus, he was talking up the youth academy, throwing in names like Kieran Tierney and Callum McGregor as examples of what it means to come through the system. That sense of identity of pride in wearing the shirt it matters, and bringing Tierney back into the fold now, that's massive for the fans, for the younger lads coming through, and for the culture of the club. So there we have it, Nygren's name is on everyone's lips, and if the stars align, he could be wearing the green and white before the month's out. The board are interested, the club's been given permission, they talk, and the price is fair. All that's left is convincing the lad that Celtic Park is the right stage for his talents. If we can pull this off, we might just be looking at the creative spark we've been crying out for. Right? Picking up from where we left off. Beyond the transfer chat and the buzz around Nygren, there's still plenty stirring at Celtic Park. One thing that can't be ignored is the constant focus on youth development. Stephen McManus made it clear at the presser that his main job with the B team isn't just about winning games or trophies, it's about producing players who can break into that first team. And it's no an easy task, especially with the strength we've already got in the senior squad, but the examples are there. Kieran Tierney, Callum, McGregor, James Forrest, they've walked that path from academy to glory, and their presence alone gives hope to the next generation. What makes Tierney's return even more special is the fact he's not coming back as some winding down veteran. He's still got his prime years ahead of him, still got the pace, the drive, the passion. That made him a fan favorite. That kind of leadership, that connection there to the club, it's invaluable. And for the young lads watching from the sidelines, that's the kind of story that inspires belief. If he can do it, why not them Shay Given for his part shared a bit of that sentiment as well. His time at Celtic might have been brief, but the affection's still there. Talking about driving past Barrowfield, remembering the old days, it's clear that pull never really leaves you. The club leaves its mark, and when folk come back, even just for a visit, it hits different. Celtic's not just a football club, it's a whole way of life. And Shay, even after all his years away, still gets that. Back to McManus, he spoke honestly about the jump from B team to first team. It's massive, the biggest leap in the club, and they know it. That's why their focus is more about habits than results. Teaching the lads how to live and train like pros, building discipline, guiding them on and off the pitch. Because when your moment comes, and it always comes one way or another, you better be ready. As he said, careers come and go, and you only get out what you put in. And before we wrap this bit up, one wee side note that caused a bit of a ripple. Michelle from Balaclava spotted posting a wee cryptic, "Here we go again," with an hourglass emoji apparently from Nice Airport. Does it mean anything? Probably not. But this is Celtic we're talking about. Rumors fly faster than Forrest down the wing. Still, it's these daft wee teasers that keep the rumor mill churning and the fans checking their phones every 5 minutes. All told, there's a lot brewing as we gear up for a new season. Transfers, friendlies, youth breaking through. The pieces are all moving, and if Celtic get this right, we might be in for something special. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Rumors are swirling round the East End of Glasgow that a familiar face might be dusting off his boots for a second stint at Celtic Park. You heard right. Victor Wanyama, the Kenyan powerhouse who last graced the hoops a decade ago, is being linked with a sensational return to the boys. While nobody at the clubs come out and confirmed anything official, murmurings among those close to the scene suggest that the 32-year-old midfield enforcer could be eyeing a comeback. Tay the place where he made his name. After years away plying his trade in England, the MLS and beyond, Wanyama's potential returns got Celtic supporters buzzing with excitement and nostalgia. Back in the 2012-13 season, Wanyama cemented himself as a Parkhead hero, most famously rattling the back of the net against Barcelona in that magical Champions League night. Since then, he's become a journeyman, but talk has it, he's still got the legs, grit, and guile that made him a fan favorite. Insiders say Brendan Rodgers, looking to add skill and experience to his midfield, is near against the idea. With the engine room occasionally lacking bite last season, a player of Wanyama's ilk could bring balance and leadership. He's no stranger to the pressure that comes with wearing the hoops, and his return could offer a big boost in both the locker room and on the park. Still, it remains just that, a rumor. There's been no official word from Celtic or the player himself, though eagle-eyed fans have noticed some suspicious social media activity. A wee like here, a follow there, and even a cryptic post hinting at unfinished business would. Wanyama swapped sunshine for the Scottish rain once more. Only time will tell, but in a summer already brimming with transfer chatter, the prospect of Wanyama's return is one that's got paradise dreaming. Watch this space. Hello, fan! Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.